Welcome gamers, Hazardor here, and today I want to show you a starter squad that I think will be very good at the start of FIFA. It is a BPL squad, and I imagine all of these players will be less than 1k, perhaps a little bit more but not much more than 2,000 coins. This team is full of cheap beasts, and I'd recommend building this squad or a squad that is similar to this when FIFA 16 comes out. But anyway, let's get straight into it. First, in goal, I'd go with Kasper Schmeichel. I think this guy is very underrated, simply because he plays for Leicester, who aren't a top 10 side. They're kind of relegation candidates, however they're doing quite well this season so far, but I think if he played for a better team, he'd be much more rated by many people. Moving on to my first centre back, and I picked Kurt Zouma. This guy looks like an absolute tank on FIFA 16, now that he's upgraded to a gold. Just look at them stats. He might be a little bit expensive for a cheap person, but he is definitely going to be worth it. Moving on to my other centre back, and I've went for Micah Richards. This guy looks even better than Kurt Zouma. Look at that physical stat. He'll be an absolute tank in this game. He'll be very hard to get past and won't get pushed off the ball. Moving on to right back, I've went with Nyom, I think it's pronounced, Nyom from Watford. I don't know much about this guy, but he looks decent for a right back, a starter right back anyway. At left back, I've went for Suaré from Crystal Palace. He will not cost much, I don't think, as he hasn't got that much good pace for a full back, but he has got very balanced overall stats, and I think he'll be a very good player. At CDM, I've went for Francis Coquelin, who had a pretty good season for Arsenal last year, and looks like he can become a very good player. Not as good as Vieira or anything like that, but not a bad player. The other centre defensive midfielder, I've went for Fabian Delph. Looks like a decent card on FIFA, a good CDM for starting out. At centre attacking midfielder, I've went for Bojan. I rate him quite highly, and I think he'll do good at Stoke City if injuries don't catch up to him. At right midfielder, I'm going to have to go with Nathan Dyer, and I think this year his card could be abused quite a lot. He does have a lot of pace, but I do not think his card will be worth that much, simply because he's low rated and his shooting stat isn't very high, but we know a lot of people are going to use him in cheap BPL squads like this one. At left midfielder, I've went for Sacco from Crystal Palace, who forms a green link with Suaré. I think Sacco transferred from Wolves in the transfer window, but I'm not too sure. However, he looks very good for Crystal Palace, and I think if he can keep up this consistency, he can perhaps get a move to a bigger club. And as my main man in this cheap BPL starter squad, I've went for Divock Origi. This man could be the solution to Liverpool's striking problem. He is very good in my opinion. His FIFA card looks very good regardless. Just look at them stats, and I think he'll be a very good non-rare player to use. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe for more.